Last year, it was all about that dead man's chest. This year, over at Z, it is going to be that Mummy Meatloaf.
Let's go.
Welcome back to the channel. Of course, my name is Tommy, and this here is Z Grill's Taste the Smoke. So today's show is going to be all about a little bit of Halloween fun. And if you saw my last year's video, of course, that was Dead Man's Chest. And I have to tell you, I absolutely nailed it. So I am definitely a little bit excited here to see if I can go 2 for 2. I've done some research here on this recipe, and there are 2 rules of thought. One is going to be in wrapping the meatloaf in some bacon, and I'm kind of not really feeling that. I've wrapped meatloaf in bacon before, and sometimes it just doesn't get fully cooked. So today's show, we are going to mix it up a little bit. You'll see that in about about 2 minutes or so. In the meantime, what I want to do here, we've got a custom meatloaf mix ready to go. Let's turn this camera down to the board. Let's get that mixed up, and let's get this show started.
Anytime you are making a meatloaf at home, here is a little bit of a tip. Saute those onions along with a little bit of garlic very lightly. That is going to release a tons of flavor, and hit them with a little bit of butter. Let it melt in and rest. From there, we will take a look at the rest of our ingredients on this custom meatloaf mix, and I could tell you this is a very moist meatloaf. Every time I have used this recipe, I've had excellent results. You can find the full ingredient list right down in the description. Just follow the link, take to Z Grill's website, print out what you need, and make this meatloaf mix.
Alrighty, so that wasn't bad. Our custom meatloaf went off without a hitch. Now the fun part here. I've got 2 sheets of puff pastry on I sprayed it down with oil. This is a non-stick tray. 2 sheets of puff pastry. I've rolled it out lightly. We are going to shape the meatloaf, and look, I'm no artist here, so I'm crossing my fingers that this is going to work. But the first thing we have to do is we've got to make some strip cuts. And I am probably scratching up my wife's pan here. Oh well, I will just push the blame onto her. I am real curious how this is going to look, how this is going to play out. I've never done this before, so we are doing it together at the same time, or should I say together for the first time. You could have done this so you didn't ruin the pan. If I am, you can do this on the board and then just transfer each strip on over. Alrighty, so we've got our strips all done here. Let's get our meatloaf on, and let's see how this is going to play out. Now you can shape this any way you want as a mummy. I'm going to do a thin body to a thin legs to an upper body to a head is my plan here. All right, I guess that looks pretty good to me. We've got the let me see if I can make the body a little bit fatter. All right, so we've got our legs down here, we've got the body here, and this is going to be the head there. And just basically take these little cuts and just kind of drape it over. There's no look, you don't have to be perfect here, because a meatloaf, a mummy certainly isn't perfect. And this is what you would normally do with the bacon. And again, as I said in the opening, I'm just not a fan of wrapping meatloaf in bacon. I find a lot of times it just doesn't cook right here. And I would say so far so good. And you can even go like this. You can you can strap them up like that, angle them down like this. This probably looks better. Now I'm gonna wing the eyes. The eyes usually get done with some green or black olives. I thought I had some in the cabinet. Unfortunately, I don't. That is okay. I've got a little bit of an idea here what I am going to do. So we've got one more step here for this mummy, and then we will get back and fire up that pit. And of course that is going to be in our egg wash. And you definitely want to get as much on top with the egg wash as you can, as that is going to give it that nice golden brown appearance. So look, while I finish up on this egg wash here, let's get back on over to my Z-Grills. We've got to get that fired up. We've got to set that dial to 350, and we've got to cook up this Mummy Meatloaf. Alrighty, so look, once your Z-Grills has hit that temperature of 350 Fahrenheit, you can get the Mummy Meatloaf in. You want to go middle shelf. I will ride this at 350, probably for about 45 minutes or so. At that time, I will bring you back and we will cross our fingers that it looks like a mummy. Alrighty, so I am not sure if this looks like a mummy or an owl, but what I can tell you, it is going to be a damn good meatloaf, and that there is the most important thing. I have not tasted it yet. Obviously, let me move my spiders, and you can kind of see the head over here. Maybe green olives would have been the way to go, just to give it a little bit more contrast, but I don't really think it's a big deal. The body could have been a little bit more fatter, maybe a little thinner here in the legs, but hey man, I think it's pretty close to a meatloaf, and I am certainly satisfied about that. Let's go right down the, let's cut it right down the body. And like I said, one thing is for sure, this is going to be tasty. That is it, and that is what it is all about. As I bring you guys in. And I do believe everybody likes a good meatloaf, so that is what we got here. And I'm gonna dig. I'll tell you, I'm a big fan of the puff pastry, so I am definitely gonna dig what that brings to this meatloaf table here. I know. I like ketchup on my meatloaf. Don't kill me too badly. And of course, I've got Molly right down here. We've got to do that taste test and cheers. Wow, man, that is good. That is good. So let me say right off the bat, if you are looking for a moist meatloaf recipe, you are definitely going to want to follow the links down in the description so you can follow along on this recipe here. It has a lot of moisture in it. We put a lot of moisture in it with the mustard, with the ketchup, with the half and half, and of course those eggs, and then all those spices thrown in just gives it a, look. This is one of the best meatloaf recipes that I have made. I've made it in the past, and I would definitely highly suggest for you guys to follow along on it. Also, I dig the puff pastry twist on this over the bacon. I feel the puff pastry just adds a little bit of something, something, a little bit of extra crunch, a little bit of extra flavor. If you go ahead and make yourself a mummy meatloaf, you can tag Z Grills on Instagram or even on Facebook, or tag myself here, the Gallery BBQ, as we would definitely love to see what you guys are cooking up on this mummy meatloaf. Again, if you go down into the description, you will see a link right to Z-Grill's website where you can print out all the ingredients, everything you need here to go ahead and make this mummy meatloaf. And also, while you're at it, don't forget to follow that webpage, the YouTube channel, the Instagram, and of course that Facebook. You follow all of them, and Z-Grills will have you smoking, have you grilling all year long. So there is only one thing left to do. Get outside and fire up those Z-Grills so you also could taste the smoke. That is gonna put a pin in this mummy right here. Again, my name is Tommy. I appreciate you all for watching. And until next time, it is Mummy Meatloaf, and we will see you soon.